Good morning, everybody. Marcus Conte reporting. How are you, man? How are you? How are you? Cold day. Cold day right around Christmas time here in Northeast Pennsylvania. In the good state of America as we once know it, as we still call it. This land of the free, home of the brave. Ooh, yeah, it's cold. 15 degrees, 15. Marcus Conte reporting on Northeast Pennsylvania weather. 17 cold, frigid degrees here in the northeast part of America. But it turns out, if you haven't, if you're going to find out, if you watched the show today, you're going to find out that maybe cold is therapeutic if used correctly. Remember what Trump said yesterday? What doesn't kill us makes us stronger. Biologically, I believe that. And so it's a little bit of I had stumbled on a Joe Rogan clip of him sitting in an ice tub after he got out of his very expensive sauna. He has a very expensive heated sauna, 180 degrees, and then he jumps into his very expensive heated pool, ice pool. And he does that 3 or 4 times, and that's very therapeutic. And Joe Rogan certainly didn't invent it. That's been going on for many, 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 many years. Hot cold therapy, as some might call it. The dirty Russians knew all about it. The Russians. I used to go to a Russian Turkish bathhouse in Manhattan, in East Village, and you stay in there for like 4 hours until you feel like you're gonna die. And or not really die. You kind of awaken if you don't overdo it. You got to get just the right balance. But what about us poor people that don't have saunas and very, very expensive ice tubs at our disposal? Well, I told you the other day that what I did was I go into hot shower, hot, 15 minutes, right? Until smoking, until smoke is coming off your skin, right? And then I go outside when it's 17 degrees out, right? And you feel that, for me, I laid in the snow. It was snowing out, and I laid flat on my back in the snow. And for a little while, I thought it would be 10 minutes. I lasted maybe 2.5 minutes, and ran back inside like a coward. But I did it twice, and so cold therapy. It turns out now there's actual research that says that it might actually inhibit the advancement of cancer cells in your body by disrupting it in some way. So we'll look at that fascinating story. You have everything you need. You have everything you need, right? Go exercise, eat right, take the sun, and take advantage that it's 17 degrees and freezing ass cold outside. Find a way to use it as therapy, right? We'll look at that. And World War III, we haven't talked about World War III in a while. It is still escalating over there in the Ukraine area with the dirty Russians and such. And it turns out that now Iran, Joe Biden said, we're going to send a Patriot missile system over to Ukraine. And Russia's saying, well, we're going to take those advanced drones that Iran is building, right? So now Iran, our former enemy, is now becoming a arms dealer to our new enemy, Russia. You see how that works out, Joe Biden? You blow up their Baltic Sea gas pipe and such. You provide billions of dollars in guns and bombs and planes and military aggression to the Ukraine against the Russians. And what do you think is going to happen? An equal but opposite, maybe even more so than opposite, reaction to that action. You take an action, they take a reaction. That's called the fog of war. They're defending themselves and against you, and you think you're defending yourself against them, and it escalates. That's how wars escalate. That's how it starts. It starts out, egotistical men, in rooms, in think tanks, saying, how are we going to get the enemy? What's the enemy doing now? And then they start psychologically trying to outwit one another. And then eventually it turns out to chucking bombs at each other. So we'll look at that as well. The great Elon Musk, the magical man of the hour of our time, really, Elon Musk, billionaire turns whistleblower, is going to step away. Step away. He's going to take his foot off of the gas pedal of Twitter as the CEO, and he's going to move it. He's going to hire someone who's, as he says, is stupid enough to take the job, or something like that. So look at that. I don't think that affects Elon Musk's ability to tweet to 120 million people. And that's, and control Twitter to some degree using a proxy CEO. Remember, he still owns the joint, so that's no big deal right there, So we'll look at those stories and whatever else comes up. My name is Marcus Conte. Here's my thumbnail today. These are the three big stories. Joe Rogan sitting in an ice tub. Elon Musk says, I will resign as CEO as soon as I find someone foolish enough to take the job. And Zelensky, the king of Ukraine, is flying to Congress to pick up his additional $2 billion in military aid to fight the dirty Russians. He's coming to Congress to say hello. Hey, how you doing? Give me the money. So that's your government in action, right? Fueling the aggression, the war, right? Bombs and missiles and missile defense and killing devices, drones that fucking fly over your house and set fire to it. That kind of shit. Right? That's what that's what we do. That's what America does. We see a war and we can't refuse it. Ukraine and Russia, for example, we can't refuse. So we step in and we side with somebody, and then the somebody else sides with the other somebody, and then we got a full-on war. So those are the stories of our time right now and today. So I got a website. My name is Marcus Conte, and I got this website. Every morning at 9 a.m., for whatever reason, I am here, and still here, and have been here for a long, long time. And we're live every morning at 9 a.m. We love being here because it's fun and it's interesting and very psychologically stimulating. And you can learn things about not only stimulating your psychology, but also stimulating your body, as we're going to talk about. Jumping into a sub-freezing pool of ice. So you learn a lot here. And every morning at 9 a.m. we're somewhere. Come to marcusconte.com. If we're not on YouTube, something happened, and it wasn't my doing, or maybe it was. But if we get cut, we head over to D Live and we stay there for a while until something else transpires. But here you will find the location. Right now we're on YouTube 1. We love YouTube. We love YouTube when YouTube loves us back. And even when they don't love us back, we still love them, and we sympathize, and we commiserate with their pressure that they are receiving from people like Adam Schiff and a very corrupt Democratic Party who all they care about is winning elections. Get that Trump guy out of the way and his millions of supporters. They're not Americans. Get them out of the way. So we're here. So let's start here. Oh my God, you're on a plane, right? And you're moving, right? Imagine this happened to you and your dog. You're moving, and I don't know, you're moving from London to Nashville in this case, and you put your beautiful, beautiful black Labrador dog on the plane, and instead of the dog ending up in Nashville, Tennessee, where you're going, the dog ends up in a crate in Saudi Arabia. And stayed there for days, terrified. This is a tragic story. A Tennessee family is demanding answers after an airline mistakenly sent their Nashville-bound dog halfway across the world to Saudi Arabia. The family, who was moving from London to Tennessee, discovered the shocking news when they arrived at Nashville National Airport and were given the wrong dog. Imagine that. Hey, lady, here's your dog. That's not my dog. Well, it's a dog. Just take it, man. What you got partiality with dogs? A dog is a dog. Terrible. Right after about an hour, airport staff sent a photo of Bluebell locked in a crate, confirming that she was in the Middle Eastern kingdom. Holy smokes! So it turns out that the dog was in a crate approximately 3 flights and 63 hours later, right? They said she changed into a completely different dog. They terrorized this dog, right? The dog's going up and down a lift into the luggage, doesn't know what the fuck is happening, goes up, goes down, its ears are popping. It feels like it's in hell, right? And doesn't know why my ears popping, man. And so the dog transformed into something very, very scary. And instead of wagging its tail when it came out the crate, it bolted. And we knew something was wrong. The dog is traumatized. Who are we going to blame? I would say the solution to this is when an airline makes such a grave mistake, you should give that dog a first-class ticket back to where it's supposed to be, right? Put it on the plane in a first-class seat with people feeding it and petting it and treating it well, and send it back to its rightful owners, right? or where it was supposed to go. So a tragic story. And for your dog, be careful when you stick your dog on a plane. So breaking story: 18 teenage girls charged with killing homeless man in Toronto. Now, this is a breaking story, so we don't know the MO of the teenage girls because they're so teen that they're not allowed to be revealed. They're 13 years old, 14 years old, and 16 years old. They killed a 59-year-old man sleeping on the street, I guess, stabbed him to death. And they were found, all 8 of them were found with a number of weapons on them. Police say it was a swarm-like behavior, swarm-like attack, swarm-type behavior was observed. But who are the kids? Who are these teenagers? Are they French-Canadian, white, law-abiding young teenagers, or are they something else? Right? I want to know. Inquiring minds want to know. Release the mental observation and or the physical characteristics. How tall are they? How much did they weigh? And what color are they? That's what I want to know. Right? Because that will reveal the pocket of dysfunctional society that they stem from, a.k.a. the ghetto. That's my speculation on this. But nonetheless, 8 teens in custody for killing a homeless man in a swarm-like attack in Toronto. And we don't know nothing more than the guy is dead and the teenage girls are in jail. Right? What color are they? What color are they? Let's talk about this. So it's cold. We're cold right now. My feet are cold as I'm telling you this story. And here's Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan broke the story, or he revealed something that many people didn't know about hot cold therapy, what it is. And Joe Rogan did a clip. I'm going to play the clip on hot cold therapy, and he basically told everybody what was going on. And based on that, it looks like research has been revealed about the positive therapeutic values of this type of activity. Ice baths and cold plunges have been brought into the limelight following Joe Rogan and Andrew Huberman's podcast earlier this year about the health benefits of cold exposure therapy. Now, Joe Rogan is saying it's cold exposure, but there's another side of that. It's hot and then cold, or cold and then hot, and back to cold and back to hot. Right? Rick Rubin says he does it 4 times. He stays in the ice for 30 minutes, which I don't believe. Try that. Try to stay in an ice tub for 30 minutes. you'll get a minute and a half, 2 minutes, and then you'll be like, I got to get out of this, right? And as you advance, you could stay in there like 5 minutes, 8 minutes, 10 minutes. I don't think anybody could stay in an ice tub for 30 minutes. I think Rick Rubin exaggerated. I think Joe Rogan is more accurate. Between 3.5 and 5 minutes is good enough until you feel like your life is slipping, and then you jump back into the heat. So let's look at this. So when thinking about ice baths, the first thing that comes to mind is cold exposure for athletic performance and exercise recovery. But according to Rogan and Huberman, as well as Soyberg's study and others, regular users subjected to cold therapy will reap the health benefits in the form of adaptive hormosis, regulating hormones related to sleep, regulating energy levels, mood maintenance, faster recovery after training, and improved mental processing. You could break down the lift in that way, looking at various aspects of life. Or you could just say it has a profound, real, tangible effect on the physical body, which causes the mind to balance a little better. Right? When you stimulate the body like that in a positive way, and you offer it relief from the tension, you inherently relieve that tension, but you also, something else happens where for even a split second, the mind balances on that relief. Right? That's the essence of meditation. That's what it is. It's your vipassana. You're balancing, you're observing the mind, just how wild it is, but then you're focusing on the physical sensations of body, because that's what's causing the discursive thinking. They're locking on to thinking to escape from the thinking. You're escaping from the physical body, per se. So anyway, researchers published in a separate study, the health benefits go even deeper than that. Researchers from Karolinska Institute in Sweden showed that cold exposure could inhibit the growth of cancerous cells in mice and humans. Wow. So let's watch Joe Rogan in action. Wait, there's another clip of some guy jumping into the tub. Oh, here he is. He's jumping in a frozen lake. Holy shit. He's got his pitchfork out. It's fucking cold out. Right? Taking advantage, right? Instead of ice fishing, he's ice plunging. Here he is in his backyard with a tub. With a tub. There's a positive type of, this is short-lived form of stress. All right, so there he is, breathing in an ice barrel. I think that's attainable for most people. Find yourself a barrel. That's all you need. A barrel and a couple of bags of ice, and you're good to go, right? And worry about getting warm later, right? Or maybe do this on 100. See, the other way to do it, right? Waiting for it to be really cold out is one way, and you don't need an ice bucket. Then you could run inside in a hot shower, or do it the opposite way. Set up the ice tub on 100-degree day, and then get in the ice tub, freeze till you can't breathe, and then just get out and lay in the sun for 20 minutes, 10 minutes, and you're on fire. I'm saying when it's 100 degrees out, right? You know what that feels like. You can't even step out in the sun, that kind of weather. Get the barrel with ice. Get in. That's what I'm going to do. Get in the barrel. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm telling you what I'm going to do based on this research. So here's Joe Rogan, right? Get in the tub, freeze your ass off, right? Go all the way under, too. Your head, too. Your head counts. Go under the water for even a second or two, and stay under there, right? And then get out and lay in the burning sun, and then do it again.
Hello, friends.
Hello.
I want to talk today about something that I'm very appreciative of, and this is my cold plunge, my Morozko Forge cold plunge. When I first started doing the cold plunge.
So here's what you do when you're a rich guy. You you got a customized cold plunge, right? We all should be so lucky, Joe Rogan. Now, we love Joe Rogan. I'm not being negative on him. Joe Rogan is very successful, and he has the ability to do this, and should do it, right? Look at the guy. It's not like he doesn't take care of himself. Guy's a, spitting image of what we should all be if we're lucky enough to get to our 50s.
When I first started doing the cold plunge, it was difficult for me to get to just like a minute and a half. I was freezing. And I'm still just as cold, but now I understand it. I've been here before. I've experienced it. And I know what it is.
It's hard to do what he's doing. He's in the cold water, man, and he's still talking. Give it to us, Joe. We love this.
And I know I can overcome it. Woo! And I know the benefits. The benefits for resilience, the benefits for my mind and for inflammation for my body. My body feels so good. All my soreness that was generally just an ordinary part of everyday life, a massive amount of that has been dissipated, but I haven't stopped working out just as hard. It's just this sauna and cold plunge routine that I do. It's made a giant difference.
So confirmed, he does a sauna cold plunge therapy, a routine. Hot, cold, hot, cold, hot, cold. If you don't know what it is, I would recommend find a Russian Turkish bathhouse somewhere, in a city near you. In New York City, it's easy to find. And go there, spend the day, $30, $40, $50, whatever it is for the day. Use their facility and get a taste of what it is, and then build it yourself.
And it just makes me feel great. I get out of here and I just feel wonderful. I feel calm and I feel loose and I feel relaxed. And obviously, my body.
Calm, loose, and relaxed. Couldn't we all benefit from a little bit of that? I think so.
Body must have adapted because I could tolerate it so much better. Like I said, the first time I did it, I could only do like a minute and a half. And the second time I did it, I think I did 4.5 minutes or something like that. And then the third time I did it, I did 20 minutes.
Yeah, that's about right. The first time because I haven't done it in a while, I went out into my yard and laid in the snow while it was snowing and raining. 34 degrees, maybe 33 degrees. And I only lasted about a minute and a half, and then I ran it back inside. I had a good time for that minute. It was interesting, but the shock of hot, warm body on snow was a little startling. So I lasted about a minute and a half. That's about right. And then maybe the second time, maybe 3 minutes.
Because I really wanted to find out what was up. Also, when your mind is occupied, for some reason you could tolerate things better. Like I could tolerate the sauna better if I'm talking inside the sauna, and I could tolerate the ice bath much, much better when I'm talking, like right now when I'm having.
That's because you don't meditate, Joe. Joe Rogan relies on strenuous activity for his meditation, for his mind calming. But if you enter this therapy with a calm mind, you don't need to talk to anybody. In fact, you don't want to be talking to anybody while you're doing this.
Having this video, like I don't even feel like I'm suffering that much. I guess just because I'm concentrating on talking and expressing myself, but these things, ice bath and sauna, and definitely really rigorous exercise, just make a giant difference in your physical well-being, and maybe just as important, if not more important, your mental well-being. Like my mind. Absolutely. Physical. He's not saying just do the hot and the cold. He's saying all of it. Eat well and exercise rigorously, right? No doubt. You want to save yourself? You want to prevent cancer? You want to live a long time, and not just a long time, but a good long time while you're feeling good. What's the point of making it to 80 and 90 years old if you're fucking miserable? Or even in your 60s or 70s. All right, what are you going to do, suffer and sit around waiting to die?
complaining that all your friends are dead already? I got nobody. They're all dead. I outlived everybody, and now I'm going to die. That's no way to live. Get in the fucking ice tub, man. Transform yourself, God damn it.
Feels so much better after a hard workout and after a good sauna session and a good ice bath session. This cold plunge is Morosco for...
You know, to my defense, I was in the Russian-Turkish bathhouse after you do it a while. You know, a couple of visits. I was able to stay in there 5 minutes, 8 minutes, you know, 7 minutes, 10 minutes, 8 minutes, right? You really push, right? And because you could do it in a Russian-Turkish bathhouse because the sauna is 180 degrees. You stay in that thing until you burn, literally, until you're like, I got to get out of this thing. I'm going to die. Right? That's the point at which you switch. You're so hot and burning, right? And so relaxed by the heat, such a relief. Then you do the cold plunge. People will say, "Oh, you shock your heart like that." Oh, your heart needs a good shocking. Your heart can handle it. Your heart handles it fine. Don't worry about that. All right, just get in.
Cold plunge is fucking amazing. I love it. I love it. And you know, they're not cheap, but they're really, really well made. And if you can't afford this, just get some ice and fill the bathtub up with cold water and pour a bunch of ice in there. It's really good for you. That's it.
So he's already in there 3 minutes, doing well, Joe Rogan. 3 minutes while talking. He's 3 minutes and counting, still in.
Where am I at here? About like 3 minutes or so?
Yeah, 3 minutes, Joe.
I'll give it another minute.
He's all in, but there is another part of that. You should at least. He has a headset on, but you should dunk your head at least once or twice. Go all in. Go under.
Get out of here, and I just feel
your head counts too. Your head is part of the body.
so good. I just feel so loose and calm. Ooh.
And he's experiencing that that ouch.
Now, my hands are feeling it. My legs are feeling it. I guess maybe I'm feeling it even more so.
He's extremely relaxed. You can hear in the tone that he knows how to relax into it. He's a good example, Joe Rogan. Trained athlete. Great mind as well.
Stop talking.
So we got to find videos of him in the sauna now too, you know, because that's part of it, inescapably.
Now my body's starting to shake a little.
Starting to shake at 4 minutes. Trained athlete Joe Rogan shaking after 4 minutes in the cold plunge. Marcus Conte reporting. Ooh, ah.
Okay. That's about it.
Nice, Joe. Thank you very much. Woo! Get back in the cold. Get back in the hot. Pow! Joe Rogan reporting, man. Good stuff, man. So, get out there, man. Find yourself a cold plunge, man. Try it. You know, what do you got to lose, man? Life is short, and then you die. Elon Musk, the great Elon Musk, reporting that he will step down as Twitter CEO once he finds, quote, someone foolish enough to take the job. Whoa, wow, holy smokes. The great leader of Twitter, who is exposing massive, inescapable, unequivocal corruption in our government using law enforcement, quote, FBI, aka FBI, to shut people the hell up in America so that they could promote their propaganda and not have people discuss their own propaganda, is you know, that's what Elon Musk exposed, right? And now he's stepping down as CEO. What's going to happen? So Elon Musk announced Tuesday that he'll step down as Twitter's CEO as soon as he finds someone foolish enough to replace him as the social media giant, at the social media giant. Musk revealed his intention after he polled Twitter users on Sunday about whether or not he should continue to lead the platform he bought for $44 billion in October. I will resign, Elon Musk. I will resign as soon as I find someone foolish enough to take the job, Musk tweeted to his 122 million followers. After that, I will just run the software and servers team. He ain't going anywhere, man. He's gonna shut up, and he probably realized that he shouldn't be. Because he just recently censored people for, following around his plane, which in my view is not doxing at all. Right? It's just he's a public figure, but so I wouldn't. I'm not saddened by Elon Musk stepping away from the throttle of CEO. And because he owns the joint, right? He hires the CEO, and the CEO does what he wants to do. Why? Because it's a privately held company now. Elon Musk took Twitter out of the hands of the Wall Street, people, and bought all of the stocks outstanding. Therefore, he owns it outright. Privately owns Twitter, so he can do whatever he wants. So he's going to step aside. Big deal. Who cares? Elon Musk, I will resign. This is interesting. Elon Musk's still going to bat. Look at these tweets he's sending out. This is brilliant stuff. Right. So Elon Musk goes after Adam Schiff. Adam Schiff, the very liberal social justice warrior. The one who accuses everybody of white supremacy and racism and anti-Jewism, right? While he's grabbing the money. Trump's a racist and a misogynist and an insurgent and a terrorist. that Adam Schiff, the congressman Adam Schiff. So Elon Musk says, as outgoing chair of House Intelligence, did you approve, this is Elon Musk asking Adam Schiff point blank, did you approve hidden state censorship in direct violation of the Constitution of the United States of America? Question mark. Did you do it, Adam? Were you involved in the FBI's cover-up? And were you involved in Congress's reluctance to pursue such allegations? Unequivocally, inescapably, yes. Because you were over there trying to vilify Trump while Biden and his son were doing all kinds of shenanigans to raise money to get themselves elected and maintain power with people like you. See, he's a totally blind person. So here's what Adam Schiff says. I don't support censorship, Elon, or hate speech. But he didn't answer the question. Did you approve hidden state censorship in direct violation? Did you approve it? Was there any point where you either approved or turned a black eye? So he accuses right away. Here we go. Accuse Elon Musk of all of the things that the Democrats will accuse you of if you disagree with them, starting with slurs against black people. Where is Elon Musk promoting slurs against black people? There are none on Twitter. Gay, lesbian people, right? Stop the slurs against gay, lesbian people, Jewish people, and others. Look, there's people in America, a very, very small majority, maybe less than 5%, of people who will come on Twitter and attack blacks, gays, and Jewish people. The other 95% of the people have no idea what you're talking about. Let me repeat that. The other 95% of America, right? Mostly in the states we call flyover states, between California and New York, everything in between. Those people have no idea what you're talking about. They are not homophobe. They are not racist. They are not misogynist. They are not white supremacist. They are none of these things. It's in your mind. Your projection is, right? And if they are, where are they? Go find them. Go find them, Adam Schiff. Get in your pickup truck, drive across America, and stop at a pancake house anywhere along the way, and go inside and eat the food, the white food, talk to the white people in there, and you're not going to find it. You're not going to find racism and misogynism, and you're going to find a fucking stupid Trump sign maybe on the lawn. Some guy eating his pancake with a Make America Great Again hat on. Adam Schiff, don't you understand? People are not what you say they are. They don't like people like you who lie to them. Right? That's the essence of it. They think you're cheating in elections. And when you called out on it, you accuse them of domestic terrorism. That's why they don't like you. They don't like you. It has nothing to do with blacks and gays and Jews, and everybody tolerates the goddamn blacks and the Jews and the gays and the Italians and the Irish and the fucking everybody else, man. The Mexicans and the Ecuadorians and the fucking the Muslims. Oh God, and everybody tolerates everybody. You're the one who doesn't tolerate and or can't answer a straight question. So, bravo to the great Elon Musk for calling out the very, very corrupt Adam Schiff. All right. What else? What else? Elon Musk revealing a lot of stuff. Look at this. Elon Musk taking congressional surveys to the people. All right, Elon Musk has a survey out right now. Should Congress approve the $1.7 trillion omnibus spending bill? I'll answer no. All right, and I'm in the majority right there. I didn't know what it was. 72% of the people are with me. I just voted. I'm in favor of a small spending bill to keep things running, but common sense suggests that it be the least amount required through the holidays. So there's Elon Musk ripping truth across the airwaves, warns you that bots incoming, reveals just how corrupt Twitter is, or was, how Twitter quietly aided the Pentagon's covert online PSYOP campaign. Look, this is not speculation at this point, Adam Schiff and the like. This is fact. The FBI leaned on Twitter through its highest executives, Yoel Roth, for example, and pressured them to censor, right? Kick those right-wing kooks off. They're Russian interference, foreign interference. They screamed, it's foreign interference. And Twitter turned around and says, no, it looks like a bunch of Trump supporters. I'll cut them off. Same thing. Trump supporter, Russian interference, same thing. He basically said. People like the FBI. So part 7, the FBI and Hunter Biden laptop story. How the FBI and intelligence community discredited factual information about Hunter Biden's foreign business dealings with both. So the Democrats are engaged in nefarious foreign fundraising intervention, right, in foreign countries to enrich themselves and their own political agendas in their own country. And what do? They turn around and accuse Elon Musk's Twitter of doing that. You see how almost everything the FBI and the dirty Democrats in charge right now accuse others of doing is precisely what they are doing themselves. They are deflecting their own sins on you so that you then turn around and say, I didn't do that. And they say, well, we think you did. And they turn around and say, well, we didn't do it. And there starts the argument of who done it, when we already know who done it. The person who initiates the accusation done it. You get my drift? So what else we got here? What else we got here? So let's talk about World War III. World War III. Oh my God! Say it's all connected too, right? Government and social media. It's all connected, right? We are. You say I don't support my government, but in hindsight, you really do by not speaking out against censorship, for example, or being irate about the fact that the Federal Bureau of Investigation is censoring you and your speech. By not being irate about that and moving, at least to tell people about it or react to it, you're complicit in the scam to overthrow the world with U.S. might. Nonetheless, World War III, it's on. It's on if you haven't noticed. Sometimes nothing is happening, but a lot is happening, right? A lot is happening. They're still walking it forward, right? If you don't think anything's happening while you're walking forward, turn around and look where you've been. Walk backwards. I do that often. I actually run backwards sometimes. Find an area where you're not going to trip over yourself and run backwards. And focus on the world, the past, falling further into the abyss. It's a fun practice, by the way. I made that up. I didn't make it up. I did it, and then I theorized it. I coined the term, walking backwards. With Ukraine, Zelensky reportedly in the air en route to Washington, where he is to deliver a very special in-person speech to U.S. lawmakers, it's been widely reported Wednesday morning that President Joe Biden of the United States of America, is expected to announce the U.S. will deliver the Patriot missile defense system along with another $2 billion in defense aid. $2 billion. We'll look at the market, see how the military-industrial complex stocks are digesting that $2 billion stimulus to sell weapons off to the Ukraine and bomb the shit out of the dirty Russians and escalate the World War III and keep the money machine going. Right? That's what's going on. Administration official. So what more do we need to know? Let's look at a little more here. What do we got? So while Zelensky is sailing, the former president of Ukraine, who was vilified by the Democrats for siding with Trump to reveal very, very secretive documents about the then Vice President Joe Biden, the vilified Zelensky by the Americans once upon a time, is now the Prince Charming of the free world because he's in agreement. We got to bomb those Russians. Right? Do you think the Americans and people like Adam Schiff really care if Russia flattens Ukraine for throwing missiles at it? I would say not really. If you wanted to stop the aggression in Ukraine, you would stop providing them with bombs and planes to shoot at Russia and bring it to the diplomatic table, right? Even if Ukraine gets a little ripped off in the deal, it's better than, tens of thousands of people getting blown to pieces. Children and grandmas and grandpas blown to pieces by American military fucking weapons. All right? That's what we're talking about, always. So in response to that, Russia is training neighboring Belarus combat pilots as Ukraine fears new assault from the dirty Russians. So America's stepping it up. While they're supplying Ukraine with military might to shoot at Russia, Russia is supplying Belarus with combat pilots to shoot at Ukraine. What do you know? What do you know? Tit for tat. A little tit for tat there by the dirty Russians. But they're wrong and we're right. Who's right and who's wrong? Is it Putin? Is it Biden? Or none of the above? Who's right? I think the answer is obvious. It's obviously none of the above. So there you go. Can't make it up. That's happening. And look at this. Iran and Russia have entered, quote, full-fledged defense partnership. So Iran, who the United States spent the better part of the last 25, 30 years vilifying it as a rogue nation, a nation full of men suppressing their women, right, by wearing a fucking headset, or a headscarf, right, whatever it is, right, leave them alone. Iran has been around for centuries, hundreds and thousands of years. Get out of their way. Shut up, America. You don't know what you're talking about. You're ignorant. Let them deal with their own people in their own way, on their own, but we can't do that. We have to look at other nations and say, see, they violate human rights. While we're supplying $2 billion to Ukraine to kill people in Russia. It's ridiculous. So anyway, that's how tit for tat works. That's how world wars escalate. America pledges $2 billion to Ukraine. Russia sides with Iran to in a full-fledged defense partnership. Price explained, some guy, Price, explained that Iran has continued its shipment of drones to Russian military at a moment drones have continued to pound Ukrainian cities. So why the fuck is Iran, what interest, you got to ask yourself, does Iran have in helping Russia? The money, right? Iran is now an arms dealer, selling or giving, maybe they give the first couple of batches to Russia to shoot at Ukraine, Russia buying a little technology with some spare change, and causing, fucking widespread havoc in the Ukraine. 95% of, in reporting on this on the December 21st, 2020, 90% of Kiev, the city in Ukraine, is in a blackout because they're getting bombed, and drones blowing up their fucking electrical power. Right? That's what war looks like. That's what war looks like. It's already escalated to blowing each other up. Now, how much more does it escalate? It looks like it's never ending, in my view. I mean, it looks like it ends when it gets so ugly that it becomes a good idea to start a draft in America to stop the aggression. Right? And then another 200,000 or maybe 1 million young 20-year-old drafty Americans get wiped out. And if you don't think it'll happen again, like it did in Vietnam or other wars or in Iraq, you're not paying attention. It happens, and it's happening right now. So, to start a draft in America. Shh, let's look at the market. Ding, we're open. Holy shit! It's 9:53. We are open. Give it to me. Ding. All right, so markets are up right now. Let's look at Biden's, the breaking news. Biden is going to give $2 billion to Ukraine to blow up the dirty Russians. How does the market like it? They love it. Dow Jones Industrial Average up 300 on the news. NASDAQ up 80. S&P 500 up 29. 29, all the big board. Everything is up except Google. Google down 16 cents. Amazon up 65. Apple up $1.76. Microsoft up. Rivian up. Tesla, up. Lockheed Martin, let's look at the war stocks. Lockheed Martin up $2. Raytheon up. These are your military industrial complex stocks. I imagine Boeing is up as well. How about the vaccine, the holy vaccine, the vaccine that keeps you safe and sound and feeling good about your immunological system? Pay no attention to that news that simple hot-cold therapy can cure cancer. Follow Moderna, who wants to give you a vaccine for cancer. Holy vaccine! Holy vaccine. Makers of the holy vaccine. Joe Rogan, he's a rogue. He wants you to jump into the cold plunge and stop your heart. Don't pay attention to him. He's bad. He's evil. Right? Take the vaccine. Take the vaccine, says Moderna and Johnson & Johnson. Both up right now. Johnson & Johnson up 83 cents. Moderna up almost $3 a share. So it looks like a green day on Wall Street right now. Usually around this time, we get what's called a Santa Claus rally. It's already Wednesday. Can we have our Santa Claus rally already, Wall Street? End on a big note today, tomorrow, and Friday? Could I get a Santa Claus rally, please? Marcus Conte reporting. Thank you all for joining me. Holy smokes. Holy smokes, what a show, what a show, what a show. Thank you, everybody. And, hey, man, look, if you got nothing else going on, spend the rest of the day, since it's 19 degrees right now outside in the northeast of the country and the north part of the country, go outside and experiment with the cold. What do you got to lose, man? What do you got to lose? Marcus Conte reporting.